Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. You look at this Browns defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Well, this defense for the Browns, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look. Because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Lance looking to throw it. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
70 range, 70 range. Warrior, 70. Check smash, trap 60, trap 60. Go.
And they'll go for it. Lance. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And a short gain here down to the 22. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Let's go now.
2nd and 9 now. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Back to throw here. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is indeed good. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
3-0 our score as we ready for the dynamic kickoff. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Here's Lance to throw it. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
From midfield, here's Lance. Right back to Njoku. And the ball is knocked out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. They're going to look to throw. Complete right side to Hyatt. His first catch, good for 9 in the first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Giants.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second and 10. Slot man moves right. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Catch made by Slayton. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Giants 10, Browns nothing.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 31, here comes second and a yard.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Browns at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Here's Lance. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. And the catch made by Johnson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2nd and 5. To throw, it's Lance. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And Lance going to throw. And this is incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Lance again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Now this thrown deep for Slayton.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A big play there. 50 yards.
And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves it with 2 to go on second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
Second and a couple.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He connects with Hyatt. And the Giants are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Throwing now is Lance. He finds his man Johnson. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Lance. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. This complete left side to Aguilar. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Lance looks to throw again. His pass caught at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Hey, check that. Come 19. Come 19.
Lance looking to throw it. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
The gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. But now he appears to be in some pain. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And the lead will hold at 10. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Right, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Here's Lance to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. And Lance now to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Oh, he's got a man wide
open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. Again, it's Lance. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Steps away, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here, all right? Let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Tracy going to get it on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Tracy, taken down at the 30. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Trap 60, trap 60. Come on, set.
Now Lance.
And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Here's 2nd down. Lance back to throw. Completes to Njoku, but the defense on him quickly at the 6-yard line. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long.
Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
It's got to have it time. 4th and 9. How about this? They'll change it at the line. Oh, they're changing this at the line.
18
Desperation time here. Lance. Connecting with Aguilar.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
That's good for a Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Let's go.
Here's Lance.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Go, Rick, go.
Lance looking to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Ready.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
So a victory.